Hi, Gayoung. My name's Daphne. I'm one of the essay correctors here at IELTSpodcast.com. Thank you for sending in your essay for correction to get some feedback before your exam. You made me laugh. 25 days. Whoops. It's okay. My goodness me. We have people who do our IELTS course in 14 days. Okay, that's quite fast, but they do it in 14 days. They write me 10 essays, and they are just brilliant. The progress that people can make is super fast, so don't panic on that one. Also, if you are doing your exam for academic or for uni, have you checked out the IELTS indicator test? I will send you a link to that, but this is a new thing that IELTS COVID. So you can do the exam at home. So maybe that's what you're going to do anyway, but a lot of people find it much less stressful to do the exam at home. It's cheaper as well than going to an exam centre. So I'll send you a link, check that out, and maybe it's available still in your area. We strongly recommend it if it is available to take that. Okay, so cell phone users in the US, let's have a look at this. So bar chart, here we go. This is in billions. And then you've got a steady curve over time period. Okay, so it illustrates the proportion of mobile phone users. Okay, rather than this, I would put in a what is it, 15, 25-year period, just to alternate that. Okay, you've changed mobile phone users. You could put American mobile phone users. So paraphrase that in as much as you can. In general, in terms of the numbers of cell phone users, okay, in general, the general trend, in terms of number of cell phone users in the US was, so it's past tense definitely, because it is finished, upward. Okay, so let's just get organized this. I'd like to see this in 4 different paragraphs. That's okay for your first line. Here was upward, and I like a little bit more here. Upward, and while in the early years, or the first, well, in the first 5 years, numbers or users did not grow, but thereafter, thereafter, the trend, the pattern showed consistent high year-on-year growth. And that just gives me an overall. Imagine I couldn't see the picture at all, and then it's just saying, okay, it was slow to start with, but then it takes off. So that's your overview. Okay, and I would put in here overall. It's a really great way to remember how to do this. Okay, now I want 2 paragraphs of detail. Okay, which is what you're going to give me. In 1985, individuals having a cell phone. So the individual. Okay, an insignificant number of individuals had a cell phone. Turn it round. An insignificant number of individuals had a cell phone with recording. You don't need with. Just recording only, yeah. And you don't need that because you've already told me it's the numbers of. Based on the graph, cell phone users, user counts. I'd go registered. Registered in the US posted a steady increase before 1995, while good. And then I've used while up here, but you could also use a really nice word, whereas. They grew at a faster rate from 95 to 2003. Furthermore, from 95, the growth speed of users written, this is quite repetitive, yeah? So just go American cell phone users or American cell phone purchasers, registered, witness, a constant rise. We've had increase, so you could have a constant rise. You've had increase before, so try and mix up your words here. Like, remember, excuse me, it's a language exam, so we're trying to just vary the language. I know it's very difficult with these task ones. Approximately 1 million people added past tense there every 5 years. Good, nice work. You've got a lot of good information in here, and you're using exactly the right kind of language for a dynamic chart. So compared to the starting point, there's a typo there, the figure of 1 million phone users reached a notable progress. Okay, do a bit of maths here. Rising by more than X percent. Okay, roughly, don't have to be a genius, but kind of roughly how many, more 10-fold, 20-fold, 200%, something. Just try and finish that off if you can. You don't need that, because that is a kind of your personal comment on it. People have been getting used to it. You don't, I mean, yes, the numbers are showing you that, but you're not asked in the task one to make a comment. You have to be very, very careful. Don't do that. Here, how many words have you got? You've got 166. I'd kind of stop there. Yeah, but I would break this into a different paragraph there. So sometimes you could add more details or you can group more, but for now, I think that's absolutely fine. Okay, you could do a little bit more detail here that during this period, the figure doubled, and then here it increased again rapidly. So break it down period to period. That would give you a little bit more data here. Okay, so you've focused on the beginning, but then you haven't focused much on the end. So I'd focus a bit more on the end as well, but then no personal comment. Watch out. Here we go. International marketing is sometimes seen as invasive and an intrusion. This is a very hard essay. These are keywords. What do we understand by this? Marketing. What do we understand by this? Now, the kind of push on this essay is advertising, not trade. So we need to kind of really show this advertising. Others argue it's a necessary and economical form of education. Okay, all right. It's widely thought that we live in a global world at the moment. Well, yeah, absolutely accepted, I would say, rather than thought. First of all, it's undeniable that being an economic cosmopolitan has drawbacks as well as positive effects. On one hand, international marketing is likely to invade local economy in the country. On the other hand, it can provide more opportunity. Okay, I mean, yes, what you've done here is quite nicely paraphrase this, but you need to show me that you understand this essay is going to talk about advertising, and you need to show me about this, what this is. So this kind of line is not very helpful. It's a little bit empty, yeah? It's okay, but it's not very exciting, and it's not terribly relevant to this. So you could say, it's widely accepted that global advertising seen on billboards or on social media, or in social media, sorry, or on social media. Okay, and then I wouldn't have that. So I would say global. It's widely accepted that global advertising, okay, is prevalent all over the world, something like that. Okay, so you can't escape from it. It's absolutely everywhere. But what I've done there is just try and get this, show the examiner, okay, we're talking about advertising, I get it. Where do I see it? Everywhere. And what's the problem? It's everywhere. Yeah. First of all, it's undeniable that now being an economic cosmopolitan, now a cosmopolitan would be a person. So what do you mean being an economic cosmopolitan? Do you mean the country or the world has drawbacks as well as positives? So not quite sure what you mean by that, but more importantly, this is very, don't do this in an IELTS essay. Be careful here, because drawbacks, immediately I'm going like, what? Okay, what are they? As well as positive effects, what are they? You will tell me in the essay, I'm sure, but you need to immediately say drawbacks, including damaging local businesses. Okay, for example, so you need to show me that. Okay, as well as positive effects, such as introducing new key ideas. Be really, really aware of that in IELTS, okay? Empty sentences, sentences which are not relevant to this essay today, should be avoided. This is to do with the task achievement, so getting full marks on the task achievement. This is something that we look at on the online course, really how to avoid those kind of sentences, how to absolutely answer the right question every time, and also how to develop your ideas. So on the one hand, it's like to okay, but how? So watch out. You're just leaving yourself open for a lot of questions here. Be cautious. On the other hand, so again, it's to do with this. I need to explore bigger values. Yeah, you're connecting to this, which is fine. But I would almost avoid this altogether, and I would give me your opinion, because you need to do that in the intro. And then I would introduce your essay, this essay, or this stuff. So on the online course, Ben has this amazing kind of framework, which you could put your essay into the framework, and that really helps you get it exactly in the right order. So it's apparent that global marketing system has a detrimental impact on domestic economy. That, okay, sometimes, not always, a detriment on the domestic economy. So how, so why, and then go into your example. For instance, these days a lot of people are using Amazon or don't use the present continuous, just use or prefer Amazon for their general shopping, okay? Literally you can order, this is too informal, your language, okay? Remember, keep your language very formal for IELTS, okay? It is an academic exam, okay? It is possible to purchase everything you need, so take you out of it. To purchase goods. Okay, so take that out, it's too informal. Just by clicking on the internet, which is the main international marketing tool, okay, for now. Main marketing tool, okay. Design to make life more accessible or make shopping maybe accessible and efficient. So you see here I'm adding in these high-level words. Yes, you did mention Lexis. Vocab is super important. Moreover, price is more competitive on the internet compared to the local. Absolutely. Moreover, okay, usually prices are more competitive on the internet compared to small business in the local country. So be careful. I still want you to be talking about advertising. So careful. I'm getting a bit cautious here. Which could have a detrimental effect on local, domestic traders. So why is that a problem? I wouldn't use that, again, a bit too informal. Global marketing service. So companies like Amazon have significant influence on consumers' purchases due to their advertising power. Okay, due to advertising. Let's connect back to the title, power, and accordingly could dominate the market. Absolutely. So you're making some really, in a suppressive way, you're making some really good points here. So you've got the right idea. What we would need to do, and this is what we do on the course, is just pull your ideas and get your ideas into a great shape for the essay. This will help you on the coherence and on the task achievement. This is totally possible, okay? You can absolutely do this. However, and then forget we and forget you. I don't want any of that. It's too informal, okay? Okay. So here you could kind of upgrade that, but consideration should be given to the fact that worldly open marketing, worldly open marketing, maybe unrestricted marketing, could give us an equal chance to access, could give an equal chance, take out this, to access useful information and education without limitation, caused by national something, national restrictions. You mean you can get to know a different culture, maybe? For example, in developing countries, plural, there are still people, you don't need that actually, just take that out, people eager to you don't, we would say be educated, to get something done is a bit too informal again, to be educated, but who suffer? Now you need it. From the lack of resources from their study. Okay, those who are excluded by a typical school system could use material gained from online if they just have had, so really nice conditional in there, if they had access to a computer. You need to pass simple there, but that's a really nice sentence, good work. The good thing is that it's very easy to get. Okay, so again, too informal all this, yeah? Remember you're writing for like a high level professor kind of thing. Think of that in your head. So this is more like you'd speak, but it's not okay for how you need to write. Okay, so you could have here certifications available online allow students to continue their study and perform better in the world. Okay, so or allow students to continue their study and access better careers. So certifications achieved online allow people to start with this strong certifications. It's a great word. Okay. In the meantime, modern people also exchange their various cultures through social media, including YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Yes, connect this back to advertising. So you don't want that, but connect this to advertising through social media, dominated by advertising. Just to get this back to the title, okay, but you don't need that. Luckily it helps. Again, too informal, that's like your personal comment, don't want that, but I do want your opinion in here. Okay, you're going to give it to me there, but overall, now I strongly believe that the benefits of having a global market system are too great to be ignored. Okay, nice. Despite the fact, so it's not marketing, but marketing, let's get this, it's not really marketing, slightly different. Despite knowing there can be some negative effects, I would agree. Okay, so this bit, go back to what you've already said up here, reinforces the points you've made. Again, a little bit, that sentence, go back to the points you've made, that it can help you learn about different things, and also it can be competitive on prices. Go back to your arguments, okay? So you've done really well here, but I do think that in 3 weeks, if you really go for it, we could get you the grade you need. There's so much good stuff in your essay, but I think there are a few things that we need to work on. Have a look at the online course, there's details online, and I could give you today a bonus, so you'd have 10 essay corrections altogether, working through task 1, task 2, and just feeling super confident before your exam. Well done.